Lefty podcast. ONORA boys in the building, brought to you by ONORA Whiskey, ONORAWhiskey.com. ONORA Whiskey. Let's get to it, Left. We're talking pot of gold quarterbacks tonight. If you want to rank them, Left, I'll let you rank them. But we're just going to get the breakdown on these quarterbacks that got the pot of gold from Notre Dame on this past Sunday. It's a pretty good group. And as we said before, we wouldn't be mad if any of these guys got linked up and committed to Notre Dame. But we're going to talk about also, it's amazing what you can do in 2 years. It's amazing what you can do in 2 years. CFB Nation, audio edibles each and every day, Apple Podcasts, Spotify. Then YouTube, you need to subscribe, share, hit the like button, leave your comments. We respond to all. Man, we are the home of the misguided passion, and we are forever committed to making sure that we continue to spin it different. Yeah, that's what we do. SD2 Mics, the original Lucky Lefty himself, MALIK ZAIRE. And we're going to start out with a young man out of Florida. But before we do that, I would just like to say, Left, before anything happened, the quarterback position at Notre Dame had to be changed. The narrative had to be changed. The narrative 2 years ago just wasn't good. Just wasn't good. It led to losses at home against Stanford, led to losses at home against Marshall.
That's right.
And Marcus Freeman made a decision halfway through that season. This cannot be the standard in this room. And in 2 short years, what he's established and the depth that exists, and in my opinion, having 3 quarterbacks on the current roster that can win you double-digit games with the talent you have, oh, absolutely. Ready to rock and roll right now. Get you into the CFP playoff. The narrative has changed quickly. Let's talk about that before we get into some of these guys, these 26 kids at the quarterback position that receive offers. Let's talk about the job Marcus Freeman has done to change that narrative via the portal and recruiting.
Yeah, what Marcus Freeman has been able to do, man, on just flipping the room. Usually the type of recruitment that we're gaining and amassing and turning into something we're proud of takes some time. From what Marcus Freeman was able to do, kicking off from that conversation he had with 2 starters during the season, to have the idea and the vision that this room is going to look different in the short period, not the long period, to the point where you don't have room to just work your way out. We're going to let you just guide your way through, and then we'll start over when you leave. No. Marcus Freeman pushed the finger on the urgency button.
Mm-hmm.
It said, no, we're making changes early and often. And to be able to flip the room and get the guys that are on the offer sheet tied into Gino Guidugli, his quarterback coach, speaks volumes. Because now he's like, okay, Gino, I see your vision. And I see how that vision aligns with me, and we're going to go after the prototypical quarterback size, the prototypical technique, and the things that Gino has probably conveyed to Tim Brock, conveyed to Marcus Freeman. This is what we're going to need to win to change the room. So the first smart move was getting a guy like Gino Guidugli. Marcus Freeman had the foresight that he said, listen, yeah, we got a guy at OC that can put some plays together, but I care about the development of the players on the team. And where does that start? Well, I got to get a quarterback coach, because this whole OC running the whole thing and no development under it is not cutting it, because we're not getting the production out of the position that we need. We may be getting some offense, some high-flying plays, win some games, and we're not getting that development piece because the talent gap is too far. The gap between the talent of the quarterback and everybody else in the offense was too far.
Mm.
Quarterback was damn near the worst athlete on the team, let alone the offense. So when that room is the worst athlete on a team full of 2-way, versatile, 4 or 5-star players, that's a concern. So the genius of Gino Guidugli coming in and giving Marcus Freeman a roadmap or a vision board of what quarterbacks that he can work with and take to the next level, you get a bunch of Desmond Ritters that we recruiting. bunch of 6'4", 6'3" guys with some talent, things that we didn't have. So it's, if anything, it's optics. You go in that quarterback room now, you a shrub amongst some tall trees. Before we was just chilling. We was just, this was like the walk-on room. Felt like guys that we just grabbed from science class coming in the QB room. Now we got guys that you like, oh, we got you from somewhere. Yeah, we worked hard for you. Marcus Freeman could walk down that hallway and say, oh yeah, we recruited you. Because you don't just grow off of trees. We gotta put in work for you, because then we know the value that you're gonna bring when we put you in this system, when we put you around these other talented players. We're expecting a dramatic difference in production. And when you look at the 26 class, that's the ultimate class where you're like, okay, this is not Brian Kelly here. Now we've gotten there a little bit with 24 and 25 that we've been working on. But 26, the whole recruitment list, all the offer kids is a certain type. We're not just shooting off the hip in 26. 26 is like, this is what we're going to win with. This is what we're going with, which I think is just going back. Marcus Freeman didn't have a short-term vision. He was always long-term. So it's good to see the ability for him to be a guy learning on the job and can take those projections and really make something out of it moving forward. And shout out to Gino, because we were always wondering when his impact was going to start working on the team. It's been working in recruiting. This is Gino's year to show out now. He had guys under his wing for about a year and a half. He can't say he don't know the offense no more, because that was everybody's stick when they came in. Oh, I don't know. I'm going to just learn like everybody else. We're just going to go with the flow. And what Max Bullock tell you? No, it's my first year. it's my first year now. I'm ready. All that stuff we on this year. So this is Gino's first year, just the same. And I'm excited to see what he can do with a room that is not young. We're not giving you that, oh, it's young. They may be a little inexperienced, but they're not young. They should be ready. They should be ready. We should see what you've been installing in these guys from a technique standpoint, the comfortability and confidence of the offense going out there, regardless of the fact that Denbrock's coming in, because the foundation's got to be there. Steve was there. Kenny was there. CJ's coming on board. He's a pretty smart kid. I think he can adjust to what Denbrock's putting out a lot easier. But the state of the quarterback room is definitely on a rise. What Dad will say back in the day, this is the time to buy the stock. It's the time to buy the stock right now. Because in the next 2-3 years, we're going to have a first-round guy, and the vision and the perception of Notre Dame is going to look how we believe it is. Now we putting out guys every year. It'll be dangerous for college football for Notre Dame to go through a run like Clemson did with having all-star quarterbacks. It would be Clemson times 10. We get us a Deshaun and a Trevor Lawrence in that mix right there, and then have a intermediate period with a Kelly Bryant that goes 15-2. That's a bad room. That's a bad room. And that's what Notre Dame is missing to get that perception of, oh, this is king of football. They won't give it to us because we don't produce it out of the room that matters the most. Yeah, we get a sack leader in Fauski. Yeah, we get a highlight player in Will Fuller. Yeah, we get some Buckets Award winners with Smooth and Owusu. But it will never be enough until we get that quarterback room right. Alabama's room stays so relevant because of the quarterbacks. After that 2008 season where the defense was king, what Saban do? He said, I need some quarterbacks. Why has Saban stayed on top so long? He got 3 first-round quarterbacks, 4 of them playing on Sunday. That's what keep it flowing. Georgia's biggest thing they was missing is that dominant superstar quarterback. And they had a guy fill in Stetson Bennett, who was a makeshift superstar. Out of the vacuum, if he went anywhere else, he wouldn't be the superstar he was at Georgia. Which is why they're not giving Kirby the same credit they're giving Saban yet. They giving Kirby the credit of putting together a program, the defense, top all-time great, but they won't give him that They won't hand him the crown. You don't get the crown till you get the quarterback. Dabo got the crown, and we started mentioning defense after the fact, and defense was holding him up. We gave him the crown early because he had Trevor Lawrence. Can't go wrong. He had Deshaun Watson back-to-back years in Alabama. Yeah. Defense became secondary during that era, but we knew who King was during that era too. Saban got them brothers Jalen and Tua and Mac Jones and Brian. He was king.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the defense, Will Anderson was there. Yeah. And he's doing great now. But it was about Bryce. That Texas game, it was about Bryce. That's what we remember. We look back on the seasons and be like, oh, yeah, Will Anderson was a 4-time All-American, da-da-da-da. But when you think about them seasons who winning games, Bryce. You think about the momentum shift in that championship game, Tua and Jalen Hurts. That's what you think about when you think about these coaches in these eras. You think about that quarterback. So for Marcus Freeman to be the relevant coach that I believe he can be, he's got to have his name on the quarterback. And Gino Guidugli's going to find it. You're going to find it in this recruiting. Maybe it's in Deuce Knight. Maybe it's in CJ. Maybe it's in Kenny. But we're saying maybes for guys that we actually think can do it. We wasn't saying maybes about Drew. We was just like, man, we got enough around us to get Drew right, to push Drew through.
Mm-hmm.
Enough to push Sam through. Enough to hold Tyler Buckner up long enough. But now Marcus Freeman can sit back a little bit and say, okay, we got them dudes. Yeah, I'm going to do my part, have the defense physical and all that, but we're going to get the attention with them dudes, with that quarterback room, seeing a dude in New York with a Notre Dame brand on there. That's how they remember you. That's how they remember you. Because every other team that don't got a dude, don't got a quarterback, they're only talked about faintly. You look at the NFL. You got all these teams linking up, forming super teams. But they forget that it's Pat Mahomes' league. So, yeah, you could get Kurt to Atlanta. You could trade Kenny Pickett to the Eagles, Russ to the Steelers, Justin Fields to the Steelers. But when that season starts, Derrick Henry to the Ravens. But when that season starts, it's Pat Mahomes' season.
Mm-hmm.
It's be a shame in the draft. It's going to be making me sick watching the draft. Kansas City just sitting at 32 getting great pickups. That there's nothing that any of these teams can do. Yeah, there's a bunch of players that they want to get. But it's going to cut. Kansas City got to pick somebody. And it's just going to happen. Oh, they got Xavier Worthy. Where was he at the whole time? Where was he at? He was on there. They took the Marvins and the neighbors and all that. And then you get Xavier Worthy at 32, one of the fastest dudes. So it's like, yeah, and Patrick Mahomes knows. He tweeted out. He said, oh, it's a fast guy? Look, I have to take a look.
He was letting them know, hey, that dude right there.
Because he just
but you see, they went and got Marquise Brown. You see, they went and got what did I tell people?
Pat said, we may not get him in the round, but we'll get you this.
What did I say? Remember, Notre Dame fans were laughing at me when I said, don't forget, Patrick Mahomes is going to deal with this year, but best believe he's going to get what he wants in the offseason. He messed around and won it.
And won it twice.
Now he's really going to get what he wants. He wanted Chris Jones back. He's back. Marquise Brown.
Be sitting in that draft room. Yeah. I'm telling you, they're not going to show the camera in Kansas City's room because Pat Mahomes will be sitting right next to GM. He's going to be doing this. Yeah, I like that. No, I don't like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I want. Yeah, we gonna call, make that happen. He ain't restructuring a $500 billion contract to not be making no decisions. Because he didn't have to restructure his contract. He could have asked for more. Pat Mahomes could have walked in that office and said, "Give me a $500 billion. I don't want to hear nothing. Pay me that money," and they would have had no chance and no opportunity other than to pay him. He just happens to be a good dude. Because I'm sure even if he took all the money and was greedy, he could still make it happen.
Hey, Lucky Lefty podcast. See, we're talking about quarterbacks. And before we get to Ryder Alliance to start it off, I got Sid Irish, who, by the way, Sid, we interviewed the kid you're talking about, you're not impressed with Dylan Faison today, who committed. Jordan Faison's brother committed to Notre Dame
that was
today.
going to happen. He's not Thanasis, is he? He's not a Thanasis, is he?
No, he's the #1 lacrosse player in the nation, but he's also a higher ranked football player than his brother was.
Oh, okay.
And he got a football scholarship from Notre Dame. He didn't take the PWO route that his brother took.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
So we'll break his film down tomorrow when we talk about the wide receivers left. But I wanted to bring our boy Sid Irish up because Jordan Faison told me and Ryan Roberts today that he's not doing anything during the summer. He spends his summers in New York. And our guy Sid Irish, even though he's a Duke fan, I still love him. Shout out to your Dukies in the tournament coming up. And he said, how close? Conversation has been, how close is Notre Dame with recruiting? He says, I need to see it. I hear it every year. So, since we're talking quarterbacks, I'm going to give you 3 quarterbacks with the current team this year. You tell me whether or not Notre Dame wins a playoff game. If Caleb Williams is Notre Dame quarterback, who do they lose to, Love?
This year?
Yes.
Oh, nobody.
If Michael Penix is Notre Dame's quarterback, who do they lose to?
We're going all the way.
Okay.
Because we have a better team than Washington, in my opinion, except the receiver position. But, man, everything else, I feel like I'll take us over them.
Okay. If Drake May is the quarterback in Notre Dame, who do they lose to?
Probably Ohio State.
See, this is my point, Love. This is why we're talking quarterbacks.
That's right.
Hey, we can sit up here and whine about stars, this position, that position. Dude, Notre Dame is always in position to win games against good teams. They've never had the quarterback to make the big difference plays. They just haven't, man. They just haven't. This misnomer about Notre Dame doesn't have the talent defensively. Why are they always in games against Georgia? The only team that's really blown them out consistently is Alabama. That's it. They've beaten Clemson. They've been in games with Clemson. You know what the difference was? When they beat Clemson and then old boy showed up in the ACC championship game. Who was the difference? What was the difference?
That boy started, man, that brother started running dudes over first downs, making great plays late in the game. He was overwhelmingly the best player on the field.
Mm-hmm.
When all things were equal, Clemson was like, y'all ain't got one of these. He said, yeah, y'all been competing. Yeah, it's been a good struggle. You got ETN, you got the Scott kid. Okay, but y'all ain't got one of these. We didn't have this last time, and it was close.
Like when we were in between the hedges, with the ball, with a minute and a half left with a chance to go down and win, Ian Book was the quarterback. That was the difference. If it was Trevor Lawrence, what happens? Notre Dame is beating Georgia on the road, right? If Trevor Lawrence is the quarterback at home when we lose to Georgia instead of our guy Brandon Wimbush, what happens? So I don't want to hear that. Man, people, the gap is getting a dude at quarterback. That's one of the biggest gap closers you can have.
The biggest, if not.
It's amazing. It's amazing how Clemson was able to close the gap, stacking the quarterbacks they had from Todd to Deshaun to Trevor. It's amazing how
championship gaps that we talk about.
It's amazing how quick the gap got closed. Amazing. There is a huge gap when your quarterback is, with all due respect, Ian Book, Drew Pine, Tyler Buck. That's a huge gap. Now the rest of the team has to play phenomenal just to be in the game.
Yeah. You got to have a impeccable game plan when you don't have a dude at quarterback going in these high-stake games because it always shakes down to the quarterback being the difference. Bryce Young, when Georgia was undefeated going into the SEC championship game, he was the difference. Because both teams was running the rock great, making plays behind the line of scrimmage great, tackling great, catching the ball great. I mean, Alabama was dropping, but still, Bryce Young was the difference and gave Georgia problems. When Ohio State had C.J. Stroud, it was two dudes that was giving the whole Georgia squad problems, C.J. Stroud and Marvin Harrison Jr. And if Marvin Harrison Jr. didn't get hurt, they might have beat him. And C.J. was still cooking them. And I can't name you one other player on that team outside of C.J., Marvin Harrison, and Trayvon Henderson, especially defensively. I can't name nobody on Ohio State defensively. And they was lock and step with Georgia in that championship game. So for me, maybe a little biased, but still, the quarterback is the championship closing gap. Marcus Freeman knows that. Marcus Freeman will go up there and tell you sacks don't matter, but he will never tell you that quarterbacks don't. He'll never tell you that we can just have a regular guy there and we can get to the promised land. He'll never tell you that. He'll tell you sacks don't matter. He'll tell you all the other stuff. But what needs most important is Marcus Freeman needs to have something he can hang his hat on. Harbaugh finally got a quarterback he can hang his hat on, and guess what he did after that? He left. So as soon as Harbaugh could put his name and a stamp on that quarterback, he can get him a first, second round guy. He cashed out and he went to the league. He was at Michigan for all them years. And it's very ironic. The moment he got him a dude at quarterback, and we ain't saying a dude necessarily like Caleb Williams or Trevor Deshaun, just a dude that can win you the games needed, a dude that can close the championship gap. That's where Harbaugh had his best years. Marcus Freeman's best years are coming without a dude. So you can only imagine him get a dude he can put his finger on and be like, this is my guy. This is the Marcus Freeman era quarterback right here. Magic happens. Bob Stoops rested on Baker Mayfield. As soon as he got Baker Mayfield, as soon as he didn't have Baker Mayfield, his entire coaching thing changed. Marcus Freeman just happens to be a great program builder, which you love to see. You love to see that. So for me, Marcus Freeman.
I had, man, you want to talk about the urgent bathroom run?
Oh, yeah, I already know.
I'm sitting here like, oh, no. You know how you try to measure whether or not you can hold it?
Yeah, it's a real fight. It's a real fight.
I'm sorry, LL Nation. Oh, go ahead, though, Left. Finish up.
Yeah, so, yeah, it's like putting a name on a quarterback, having that guy in the pocket, that everything can be perfect. But in the game, things don't go perfect. But you got a guy that can be the great eraser. Patrick Mahomes is a great eraser.
Man.
When they talk about you put him in any other situation, he's going to be the same. Patrick's that guy that'll be the same. Ian, maybe not. Some of these other quarterbacks, maybe not. But you put Patrick anywhere. Put him in a lake, put him in a river, put him in an ocean. He's going to find his way out of it. And I think Marcus Freeman getting something like that, he's going to be in a really good position. Because then everything else is going to make sense. All the other recruitment stories are going to be wins. And we're going to have a confidence going into the year where it's like, oh, we're already counting and stacking wins because of who we got at quarterback. That's the best feeling in the world. I bet you Nick Saban, for them years he had Mac Jones, Tua, Jalen, and Bryce, he said, okay, I got at least 10 wins every year going into the season. I'm not, I'm going to be on my recruiting stuff, but I got them dudes at quarterback. So I'm not worried about what are we going to look like. I got Mac Jones. I got Tua. Tua showed me what we was going to look like in that championship game. I threw him in there. I said, sink or swim, Tua. And he swam all the way to a championship. That's the game that changed college football forever, because then it came about, how can we find the hot quarterback to play day one? It took off like wildfire. Everybody wanted to get a Tua after that. Hell, what did Clemson do the next year? Bench Kelly Bryant for the true freshman. The next year. So if I'm Kelly Bryant, I'm blaming Tua. Look what you done got them started. You got them thinking that, and it worked.
Mm-hmm.
And it worked. So Marcus Freeman is not immune to that. Yeah, you think you can win like Michigan. Yeah, you think you can win like Georgia. Listen, we're not going to get the 55 stars like Georgia. We're going to get close. We're not going to get the 50, though. They hit a run where it's like, okay, y'all done Y'all done beat the game. Y'all done out-recruited the game. Y'all done did it. And Michigan did it with, one, their conference, in my opinion. And two, they had the best built program at the time. You got transition at Nebraska, transition at Wisconsin with those two new head coaches. Ryan Day's born on third base, so I'm not giving him no credit anyway. That's just like the facade. This is the big bad Ohio State. And Harbaugh had that program built the right way because his styles make fights. He just had to build it up over a longer period of time. And then he was like, okay, I had the best program in the Big Ten. So the quarterback is going to fit into that. So I don't think Marcus Freeman can think that way due to the fact that we're and Michigan cheated, and the fact that we can't do that in a situation where we're playing everywhere all over the country. We need a guy for that. So that's something Notre Dame can't avoid. Because hell, when we had guys that were close, they're like touchdown Jesus is second in command. If they really wanted to, they'd probably put a statue of Brady up if they could find enough excuses. If they could find enough excuses, they would put a statue of Brady up there. Now, just imagine if we had a guy like Brady that actually won a championship. He'd be sitting right next to Lou Holtz.
Yeah.
So Marcus Freeman, to bring that to Notre Dame, I think would be the tipping point of being that dynasty that I believe we can have, and the feeling that we can have that, because everything else is making sense.
All right, Rider Lions, man. Let's get to it. He received the pot of gold. And Left, you talk about this. This staff didn't just look at film. They hopped on planes, went to Florida, Texas, California, and watched these quarterbacks that they offered up close and personal. What's the difference between seeing film and getting to see a kid throw up close and personal? Because the staff took time to go and evaluate these quarterbacks with their own eyes, which I think shows you a lot about how intentional they are with that room and that position.
Yeah, the difference is that when you go see a kid in person, right, you get to see the in-between. On film, you're going to see the best of a kid. But in high school, you need to see that in-between. You need to see how they operate on a play-to-play basis, in a sense, a rep-to-rep basis. Is this kid a consistent guy? Do I like his form? Is it ugly? Do we have to tweak it? Is there a technique thing that we need? And that's an individual talent basis. When you're watching film, you're saying, how does he connect with the other 10 guys against the other 11? But when you're evaluating talent, it's in a vacuum. You need to see you solo dolo, what you look like, in your way you go about your craft, your game, how you look, how the ball comes off, how's it spin. Because on film, we're getting your best. That's like the girl you really like and you don't know. And every time y'all go on a date is great. She's funny, she's always fly. And then the moment you go home, she's on an air mattress. Her house dirty. Her bathroom ain't cleaned up. So now you scratching your head like, man, you look great when we don't stay in the house. So you gotta figure out what's that internal thing that gets them the way they are. And I think that's the best thing you can do with quarterbacks is go see them in person. Because film, in this case, can not tell you the full story.
Here's your guy, Folsom, California, 26 quarterback, Rider Lions, bro. He's pretty impressive kid. Offers from Arkansas, BYU, California, Pac-12 or former Pac-12 schools like Arizona State out there on the West Coast and Washington.
You could tell from this kid that he trusts his ability. He trusts his arm. No throw seems like it's not good enough. And he believes in its athletic ability to where he can make some plays running around and get some guys open downfield. A lot of what you would consider that it factor, right? A guy that you can give the ball when in doubt. Maybe the throwing's not working. He can start with running the football, making some extra plays. And that's what you want to see. A guy that's decisive, confident in his game. And what I like about him is he's got sort of an it factor to him. Is he the most technical? Is he the strongest arm? No. But does he look more of a gamer, a guy you can trust to put in the game late, to win that last drive? He just comes out with it on top. He's a kid with that type of energy. And that's something you can appreciate. You know, it's something that Notre Dame needs. They need a guy that can move around the pocket, still make plays, find guys down the field, extend things when the play call isn't the best. And he's got the size. He's about 6'2 and a half, 193. He can fit in a day one scenario. And he's a tough kid.
Yeah.
Stay in the pocket, take the hits. His footwork may not be the most desirable because he's been in the gun all his life. You can tell. But the fact that he's able to still be a gamer, he's got enough of the technique and skill to make plays, and then he's accurate, right? You look at a play like this and see a guy avoid, not look to take off, looking for guys, and staying behind the line of scrimmage, making plays downfield, still finding guys open. That stresses a defense out. When's the last quarterback we've had stress a defense out? That's why I like Rider Lions, because we haven't had a quarterback in a good amount of time that would stress a defense out where we're like, oh my goodness, we let him escape. Oh my goodness, we got to chase him around, and even the perfect game plan could be messed up because he might do something like this. He might run around, make a crazy back shoulder play, and you can't put on the board how to defend that. You got to be in the game to defend that. So these are the type of game-breaking qualities that he has that I think we would be very useful with on the next level.
She got Rider Lions Folsom. He is the shortest at 6'2" of the quarterbacks that have been offered by Notre Dame. Like you say it all the time. Gino is recruiting the quarterbacks that he represents. Like you see the position through yourself, right? Tommy seems to recruit his type of quarterback at Notre Dame. And here's Gino, who's 6'4", about he played at about 225. When he played at Cincinnati, the profile for the quarterback position at Notre Dame has definitely changed. And Rider Lions is the shortest at 6'2" of the guys that received the pot of gold.
Absolutely. And, Rider Lions, his progression will be coming to how do you break down plays? How do you get better if the one isn't open? Obviously, that sort of thing will come. But from a pure talent standpoint, this is something you can feel comfortable with in the sense that, okay, when in doubt, we can throw him in there and he can still make something happen.
We stay out there in California, and somebody that you've had not a problem. Well, I guess it was a problem since you coached against him. But you've seen this young man up close and personal, Brady Schmeigel, Newbury Park quarterback out there in California, and left this kid, look, fearless, man. Is a fearless kid when it comes to throwing the rock.
I really love him. He has the best arm of the group that we've offered. You can tell that that's his best quality is that the passing aspect. He's got the size. He's got the confidence in his throws. He doesn't think any throw isn't good enough, and he feels like he can make all the plays throwing the football. I like him because of his stature. He's a guy you can plug in day one and do some things with, and you wouldn't be afraid of, we got to put something on his frame. He's got that. He's got the ability to not have to move much. Some guys feel pressure and want to run all the way out the pocket and run to the sideline before he throws it. He's a guy that just does enough to make a guy shake. To get a guy off of him, still find a guy downfield. And what he's consistent at is throwing the ball down the field. It's not a guy that's just going to nickel and dime you or give you like the bare minimum, and he's just going to give you some athleticism. This is a kid that's going to stretch the field for you. He's very technical. He has great feet, and he's able to put the ball in places where his receivers can make plays. Not just you just letting them catch it, but putting it in the front like this play here where he can catch and run to the end zone, not catch and get tackled 3 yards short, right? So being able to lead his receivers, having one of the stronger arms of the group, and just being able to have a nice fluid action to himself. He doesn't look like he's stiff necessarily. He's a very fluid guy to be so big. And when he's ready to launch that thing, he's going to launch it. And I think that's something that Gino also had to put in that recruiting profile of quarterbacks is that you're going to have to throw that ball down the field. And Brady Schmegel's the best at doing it. 4,300 yards in high school is ridiculous, and it can only get better as he gets to college because now he's used to the drop back. He's used to taking the reps of carving up defenses and finding different ways to throw the football. Because you're throwing 4,300 yards, you're throwing that ball. Hell, some guys in the NFL can't get 4,300 yards, and we definitely can't get over 3,000. So this is a kid that will add instant impact on day one and present challenges to whoever's starting ahead of him.
Hey, bro, I am a Notre Dame fan and a Chicago Bears fan. The quarterback position does not love me, bro. And just think about that. The Bears don't even have a 4,000-yard passer in their history, bro. And this kid is in high school throwing for over 4K in less games. That just goes in less games. Yeah.
So it goes to show you that, the kids got it figured out from ball placement. Kids got it figured out in terms of stretching the field, timing. He's making full field throws. He's able to get the decision making has been probably his best thing because he's not putting the ball in harm's way too much. And he can move well enough. He's not going Lamar Jackson his way to the top, but he can move well enough to stay in range of hitting the passes. Mm-hmm. And he's not afraid of getting the first down and running for that 1 yard like we've had problems in before.
Yes, Notre Dame fans. Look, the quarterback position does not love me, man. Okay? I'm sorry. I walked into it. I'm a Bears fan. I was born in Chicago, man. What do you want me to do? I'm sorry. There's nothing else I can tell you. God has not been fair to me, man, when it comes to my fandom at the quarterback position because Notre Dame and the Chicago Bears just can't seem to get it right. I don't know what the issue is. They just can't seem to get it right. But the way that Marcus Freeman is recruiting, he has come to release me from that pain. It seems. It definitely seems that way. Lefty podcast, once again, Brady Schmeigel. Young man, 6'4", 215 pounds right now. And ladies and gentlemen, the film that you're watching of this young man, this is his freshman year. This isn't his sophomore year. This is his freshman year where he threw 46 touchdowns. As a freshman. I'll just leave it at that. Look, that's crazy. Yes, the Bears are literally the only franchise in NFL history that does not have a 4,000-yard passer in the history. You know how long that's been? You know how long the Bears have been playing football? They just had a centennial year. Over 100 years. 100 years, not one. It's pretty amazing, huh?
100 years is quite some time, and hopefully Notre Dame doesn't go through a spell like that.
Man,
it will be painful to be a fan that many years. Hell, you got fans that never seen a 4,000-yard passer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man, look.
Then you see teams like Kansas City just
doing it with ease.
Just doing it
with ease. Lucky Lefty podcast, man. Noah Grubbs, another kid out of the state of Florida left. This kid, man, he is 6'4", 215. And,
this is a Gino Gaduli special. This is what we talk about, the archetype.
Lake Mary. Yep.
6'4", slender build. This is a kid I call the ball dispenser because he's going to be on time. He's not looking to waste a lot of time running around in the pocket. And this whole film is just about getting the ball, taking his drop, letting it go. Does a great job of throwing guys open, hitting guys over the middle, and throwing guys on time. So that's why I call him the ball dispenser. He's not going to be the one to run around all day like Brady Schmeigel may be with. He's a guy that he's going to run that bang post. He's going to hit him on time. He's going to take the necessary drop. I like his feet. The best out of all the guys. He has the best feet. And when you have the best feet, you have the best timing and accuracy. So he's a guy that's going to do exactly what is on the film and on the game script in terms of hitting guys in the right place at the right time. A lot of him reminds me of CJ Carr, where his technique and ability is very solid now. Probably can't get too much better because he's very technically sound. He does a great job of moving in the pocket. But his best thing is to be on time. He's hitting guys on them post routes and bang routes, in cuts, and he's not wasting any time in the pocket being undecisive. You can tell that he got a great sense of who he has on his team and go-to guys where if he sees the look, he's just going to drop it and he's going to get it to the guy right away. Just like this play here. The guy safety's playing 15 yards off. He's catching it 1, 2, 3 hits and throwing it. He's not wasting no time to try to read anybody off. He has a good sense of pre-snap. But the best thing about him is that he's an on-time football player. The corner route is one of the hardest routes to throw. So if you can throw that in high school with the guy catching it and still being able to run and not run out of bounds or get tackled or throw it late or being tipped, it just shows you he's in tune with his ability, his skill set. Maybe not the strongest arm in the world, but he's got the best timing out of all the quarterbacks in the class.
Oh, man. Once again, a kid that you would love to take, bro. Look, this might be the best group of offers at the quarterback position that we've seen at Notre Dame in the last 15 years. And that might include you, bro. That might include your group. Because you came in with the number one overall quarterback. So
if we can get the whole group of these guys in the same room, you're talking about, decisions going to have to be made. But from this group that we've offered, you can close your eyes and guess that whatever one commits or whatever one we take is going to add a huge benefit to that room from a competition standpoint, but also from a production side. I think we can get a lot out of these guys when it comes to being in these playoff positions.
Once again, that was Noah Grubbs out of Florida. And this time, we broke his film down, so we won't spend as much time because we just did him last week. Jared Curtis. 6'5", 225 already. Out of Tennessee, bro. Nashville Christian. 5-star quarterback in the 26 class. He does it a little differently, right? He does it on the ground and through the air. Definitely has a big arm. He moves around the pocket. He swats away big defensive linemen. They can't get him on the ground. He's not the precision passer, but the kid that's Big Ben like right there, bro. That right there is just Big Ben like. Move to the left, turn back, launch. You have to love what you see from this kid, ladies and gentlemen. At the end, let us know what you like from left to rank these guys, because we're just going to break down the film and not rank them so much. But he is a big dude, man. 6'5", 225, already throwing it 60+.
Yeah, that's what you like to see. Now, he's more of the stand in the pocket Daniel Jones, so to speak. Gino Guidugli special. Gino Guidugli I wouldn't take as the most athletic guy in the world. And this reminds me most of Gino Guidugli right here, a guy that's going to take just enough of the right technique to get the ball out on time. He may not be running around too much, but this brother can definitely make plays when his number is called. This is the one that's a two-way play, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay, never mind. I'm sorry. I'm thinking about
this is the kid that plays quarterback and linebacker.
Yes, this isn't the Gino Guidugli special. I was talking about a different kid. This kid is the kid that you, when in doubt, he's gonna make a play for you. Now he may need a lot of technique things, and he may not be the most polished guy in the room, but we're talking about football players. Something that Marcus Freeman is really big on is having guys that are football players that are tough and that are playmakers. We talk about screen poppers. Jordan Faison was our screen popper last year. This year, a kid like this, he could be a screen popper in the quarterback room, something that we don't have right now, or at least it's still to be proven. He's a screen popper from day one because he's going to make plays that are not scheduled, things you can't practice, things that you can't coach your guys to do. This is the kid that is going to make that happen, a very good outlier to a room that you're building with guys that have different skill sets. You got Kenny that can lay to the ball like a chef and like the best baker in the world. 1, 2, and 3 levels, can give you anything you want, put the ball right in the breadbasket. You got CJ Carr, who's super technical. He's going to do exactly what you want. He's going to run the play how you want it. He's going to put the ball where it should be. Get a guy like this, a kid that can just ball. Sometimes he can't define. He may not be the best at any one thing in particular, but he's good at making plays happen. I can look at this and say, okay, it's like a third down, and we calling this number. He's gonna make a play. Something of what a Riley
This
Leonard.
play is crazy.
Yeah,
This crazy play. This is crazy.
something of what a Riley Leonard would give us in terms of the impact in the quarterback run game, but also he has a better arm. You talk about all of these guys in this offered class has a great arm, has great arm. So what the difference is that he's the playmaker. He's a guy that you can throw in garbage time or have a package for, and he can do something like this: run around, get you a nice big play, spark the offense if it's ever down and out, and do things like this to put you in position to win games. And this is something I think more of a Marcus Freeman pick, where he's like, man, we need something to shake in that quarterback room, put him in. This is the kid for that. Like I said, he may not be the most polished or the most decorated or even the strongest arm, but he can definitely go in there and rally a team to get a touchdown late in the game, and you should have a lot of confidence behind that.
Man, Left, this is my third time watching this film. It's more enjoyable each time I watch it.
Yeah, because you start finding nuances of,
he's a sophomore, Left.
That's right. That's right. These kids are getting better now. Usually you don't see guys break out like this until senior, junior year or late junior year. But for him to have so much confidence when he plays and to just be in so much control of what he's doing, you can tell that he has a lot of free range by his coaches and trust by his teammates that, okay, he might not run the play that's on the paper, but I'm going to just keep running and he's going to find me and I'm going to get open. So
you talk about footwork all the time. How difficult is it going to be to get? Because he's so athletic, Left. That's what makes Patrick so special. He's so athletic. People always talk about his footwork is all over the place sometimes, but he's just that good. Like, he's good enough to still be able to do what he needs to do. This kid seems like, progression is probably going to be a transition for him because he's just playing the game and finding a guy that's open instead of playing within a system where he has to go 1, 2, 3. Yeah, a couple of plays I saw where he had a guy open in the flat. He chose not to throw it, and he just trusts his legs and his ability to make plays. So that's something he's going to have to grow into.
That's absolutely true. And you talk about it's only a small percentage of kids that can go into college and do this type of play style where they're running around. They don't really have great technique necessarily, but they give you a bunch of wow plays that can energize a team you can win games with. I don't know if he's as athletic enough to do that on a consistent basis, which is where the learning curve comes in because teams are going to be faster. They're going to hold you in that pocket a little longer, and that's where the development with this kid is going to have to come. But if a team, the teams that we're playing this year, he would have a good time being able to figure that stuff out, And I think for him, this is more of a one-off pick. I don't think this is necessarily a Gino Guidugli style of what he really wants, but this is a Marcus Freeman pick that checks all the boxes because he plays two positions. It's the first thing. And then secondly, he's an overall athlete. You can tell he's a football player. He probably grew up in Pee Wee playing tight end, quarterback, linebacker, played running back a little bit. It just so happened that he was the best player on his team. He just probably played quarterback and then just took off from there. So unfortunately, when you get into college, which I talk about all the time with these two-way players that we recruit now, is that, okay, what are you role specific at? Because it's like playing for the Lakers, Yeah, you're a great player, but when you play for the Lakers, you got to understand that you got to fit a role. So when LeBron driving and doing this thing, he kick it out to you. That's your time to shine when he kick it out. Not you get the ball, come down, do your thing, and then kick it to LeBron. LeBron gonna kick it to you, and you need to make the shot, and you may only get 5 or 6 shots in the game. Different circumstances. So with Notre Dame being what it is, especially this year, we don't need a superstar. We need a guy that's good, but we need a guy that's going to do his job, which Steve Angeli, I think, is very fit for in this year. Next year, I think we need to, get lean heavier on having these guys be more of an impact in the offense, which is probably what Denbrock is talking in the meetings about now. They said, look, this 26 kid gonna have to be that deal. You're gonna have to be that deal because I think if not, outside of Deuce, hopefully we don't have to go back to transfer portal. But
so that's Noah Grubbs, Ryder Lyons, Jared Curtis. Next up, I'm going to bring in a kid out of Mission Hills, California, 6'3", 192 pounds. I actually had a nice conversation with this kid, Left. I like him a lot. He has not been to campus quite yet. But I think if I had to choose, the kids that I think are at the top of the Notre Dame list, he could probably sneak into the top 4. If I'm just going based upon what I think right now, he could sneak into the top 4. And we're talking about Troy Hume. California is stacked in the quarterback position, needless to say, in this class.
They just got the most perfect weather in the world for a quarterback to throw for and do the things he's doing, because you play in some conditions now. You're not getting necessarily the same. I mean, you might, but it depends on the kid. Now, what I like about this kid, he's probably the most versatile of the group.
Is that because he plays a lot under center as well as shotgun in high school?
Absolutely. You just get a whole different sense of timing. You get a different sense of how you break down concepts, and you get a different sense on the defense. Matter of fact, it's so funny. This play right here, we played this team. That's Orange Vista. We played that team. Okay, but anyway, what I really like about him is that because he's so versatile and he's comfortable in different positions as a quarterback, he doesn't get lazy in the pocket where a guy that's in shotgun all day has all this freedom and range. He's definitely plays in some constricted lanes because you have to. Throwing the ball over the middle takes timing. Being able to get under center and do play action takes a certain timing, takes a certain comfortability when you have the vision line under the center as opposed to in shotgun where you can see a little bit more. I really like the fact that he's not a statue, but he's not the most athletic kid in the world, but he's going to get the hell out the way. As long as you get the hell out the way, give us the 3 or 4 yards you got, we're good with that. And as you can tell, he always keeps his eyes downfield and makes the necessary plays. I really like his footwork, and I think a lot of that stems from being under center and working both things in the game. And he's a kid that doesn't quit, which is good because on certain plays where you feel like you don't got nothing, he's making and giving chances like that. He's going to give a back shoulder to where on film they would probably say, it's okay, you didn't throw it. He's not going to Sam Hartman it. He's going to trust it. He's going to deliver the football, and he's going to put it in a good space. So I do like his versatility. His decision-making looks very decisive. Like you can tell when you're watching the film that he's reading players. He's looking at keys on who to go to and who to throw behind and who to throw off of. And that's just a good understanding of his own offense, but also how the defense works. So you can appreciate a kid that can know that balance between, all right, am I fitting it right here or am I making a good play? I'm surviving the play. I'm stepping up in the pocket. There's a difference between running side to side. There's a kid that's shaking guys, stepping up in the pocket, which draws the defense, and then you see a lot of dump offs that he's able to do. So ball placement is really good with this kid. Footwork and timing looks very crisp. He doesn't have to be the greatest athlete, but when you can do stuff like this and be on time and fit the ball in windows and stand tall in the pocket, you really get you a prospect that can be in the running for a day one type of a player. And so this goes back to this is I think a perfect Desmond Ridder type of play style that Gino probably noticed from this kid, and he just got all the intangibles from what a quarterback loves to see. That I know he's going to be successful at the next level because he has it now, right? With the other kid, it's like, okay, maybe we got to work footwork. Another kid, maybe we got to get him more versatile and understanding his offense. This is a kid that's probably the most ready to play day one. And, the potential with that is off and running because if you get 3-4 years at that, you might have something in the future.
Once again, Mission Hills, California, Mission Hills High School, Troy Hume, 6'3.5", 192 pounds. Once again, we're watching sophomore film for to play the position the way these young men are playing it as sophomores in high school. It is an advantage to be able to play in a warm environment. That's why the majority of these guys are from California and Florida. Noah Grubbs, from Florida. And last but not least, the next young man that we're going to go ahead and talk about, 26 quarterback, Cocoa, Florida. That dude, Brady Hart. And the reason I say them for last, and I want you to get into this because you have an experience with this, which goes to what we talked about earlier and the narrative that's changed around the Notre Dame room that's causing things to probably move a little bit quicker than most people thought it would with this 26 class in this position. Once again, Cocoa, Florida, Brady Hart. Left, it's a pretty good kid, man. 6'4" and 2/3, 173 pounds. He's slightly built, a little thin, but he's a talented kid.
Yeah, I like that. He put some zip on the ball. He's not gonna have Geno coming over to the sideline like Sam Hartman and being like, "You gotta throw it, you gotta throw it." This is a kid that's gonna put the ball in the bread basket. He's gonna put on the money. He's got a kind of a one speed to him, but I love his arm strength. That means he has good rotation in his lower body, and that can always take you further away when it comes to being consistently accurate because he's using the right mechanics. He's fitting the ball in with great timing, but the best part about it is that he has a great arm, a strong, probably the strongest arm out of the group outside of the first guy we watched. Who was that?
Schmeichel. You were talking about Schmeichel has
Schmeichel, yeah, but
I
think he has better arm than Schmeichel, but this is a kid that you can trust that, okay, he can throw amongst the college ranks. That speed on the football is the right amount of speed to where he's not floating things. He's putting it in comfortable positions and away from the defense. So his arm talent is probably the best. And I just like his makeup, man. You 6'4", standing back there, and you just delivering the football in the right space. You just fall in love with the consistency of that. And that's his game. I doubt that he'll be the one to run around and make all these crazy plays, but he's going to be able to put it right in them windows and hit guys in stride to where they can do this and run touchdowns. You got guys that we had to hit slants and get the bare minimum. He's hitting slants and guys are creasing for the end zone. That's a guy with great accuracy, great patience, and knows how to throw the football. Some of this stuff is natural for him, and that's what you love to see. Fitting it in whole shot windows, leading guys into the end zone, throwing it back shoulder, and making it look easy, fades away, still gets the ball to the offense. It just shows that this kid is something that I can see being a threat to a guy like a CJ Carr, a guy like a Kenny Minchie, a guy that, is going to require some playing time the older he gets, regardless of who we have starting. So I really love this kid's arm talent, probably the best I've seen out of the group. But that's saying a lot because I like all the guys that we've recruited so far. This kid just happens to have the strongest, most talented arm to me. Maybe not as athletic. So if you can get something in between the mix, I think you're in a good spot. But when you talk about that talent and competitiveness in the quarterback room, it's astronomically different than what we've had in the previous 2 years with Marcus Freeman.
And because of that, this kid recently received a crystal ball from Steve Wiltfong today to Notre Dame. And so for you, if he called you up right now and said, I'm ready to come, you would have no problem making him the face of the 2026 class, because the quarterback is the face of the recruiting class. You would become Brady Hart being that dude.
Yeah, I mean, I think his ability to throw the football makes me comfortable. The only difference with him is if things don't go right, how does he respond? If we're going against an aggressive D line like Alabama and the way they play, or Georgia the way they play, and it's going to cause him to have to move around a little bit more than usual, how does he handle that? But in these games, we're playing Purdue, Miami of Ohio, he's Sinclair Community College. I think he's going to shine because his arm talent is there. His footwork's there, and the ability to put the ball on the guy and have confidence is all there. And he's got the size, he got the Geno size, so he can see a little bit better this, that, and the third. And he's not afraid to put the football in harm's way because he knows he can make it comfortable enough for the receiver to catch it and get tackled. He even know how to slide. Hell, we ain't had that in a long time either.
That got left getting them plugs for the slide.
Yeah, I mean, he's gonna have to need that because he's not running away from anybody. But if he can be in there and slice and dice, throwing seams and throwing things on time and making plays happen, I'm a big fan of a guy that can find and get completions. And this is a kid that's gonna find and get completions, whether it's guarded and heavily defensed or not, because he has great ball placement. The accuracy's there. I mean, he's putting it at places that the defense can't get it. And some of that contributes to him being 6'4". Other than that, also it contributes with him being able to have great arm talent and great feet.
Once again, Brady Hart, who was recently crystal balled by Steve Wilfong 247 today, and it goes to the point that these quarterbacks are on the clock, Left.
Oh yeah, we not waiting all day now.
Notre Dame has changed the narrative, right? You can't; these guys, they can't slow walk Notre Dame.
No,
Notre Dame was like,
that mistake. We made that mistake before. We slow walked Dante and let him take his visits all the way around the world. And I think we probably had some fatigue from doing that, but also took us away from potential other quarterbacks as we shook down to just having almost him being left in the class, right? Or something like that, where it was like,
yeah, pretty much where we took CJ in the next year.
And the next
Kenny just fell in our lap.
On his way.
Yeah.
So I think Marcus Freeman has had enough of that, negotiating with terrorists. He's like, listen, we know the name. So we're gonna offer all these kids that we think likes us and fits what we doing. But these kids also ain't gonna wait all day because they're gonna see, oh, you offer the dude I know about. He
you're doing right. I know, yeah. I'm pretty hard. Yeah, I know Noah Grubbs. Like,
I know Ryder Lyons and
yeah,
we might see each other in the playoffs. So I know this.
Boy, Jared Curtis. Oh, he's a 5-star. Like, oh, snap.
Yeah. So I think that this is gonna put that clock on some of these guys. It's very similar. When I got the clock put on me. It wasn't, so much of, you want to take your time. And the coaches are always going to, encourage that you make the right decision, this, that, there. But they also, especially Notre Dame, Notre Dame's a top 5 offer in the, I'm sorry, we talked about this earlier. Notre Dame's a top 3 offer in the country currently. For quarterbacks, damn near top 2. So, because I think Ohio State and Notre Dame, if you're a quarterback right there, right now, name a better place. Can't name one.
Maybe SD, maybe just because of Lincoln Riley's history. Maybe
that's if you're trying to win the Heisman or something. We talking about the best place to win a championship, be first round, be on an undefeated team, get all the accolades in the world, get all the pressure put on you.
Georgia.
Really?
Yeah.
Georgia, you get the benefit.
I would be very comfortable as a top quarterback going to Georgia.
But is Georgia relying
I definitely have a chance. Look, that quarterback now is coming back next year with a first round grade.
Yeah, Carson Beck has been blessed with the position of being there. But are we looking at Carson Beck as Carson Beck wasn't in New York? Let's talk about that. He wasn't in New York.
No, he wasn't. He played his best. The thing that impressed me is we waited for him to collapse when Brock Bowers got hurt, and he played his best football when Brock Bowers got hurt. To me, I was like, okay, he has a chance next year.
But the narrative of the quarterback at Notre Dame and Ohio State right now is that you're that guy.
Oh, facts. It's different because George is a run first, balanced offense. Yes.
That's the only 2 places you get an offer from right now is Notre Dame and Ohio State.
Dang.
You're going to get the most money.
Dang, he threw for 4K. Dang.
You said what?
He threw for 4K.
Oh, I believe it. He got the best arm talent.
39-41. But
he got the best arm talent of the group. You done seen him put that ball on the money with Zip
Carson. I didn't realize Carson Beck pretty much threw for 4K.
Carson Beck did a great job, but even with that, you're still saying he threw for that much. Yeah, because you're not putting that.
That's not a Georgia quarterback. Yeah.
So you're gonna get that crown at Notre Dame where they're gonna be like, "What you doing? You throw for what? 2,800 yards, that ain't good enough. Ain't good enough. I don't care if you win.
Yeah.
Ohio State, they've been built success off of having bounds and bounds and bounds of quarterbacks. So those two plays right now, the hottest places in the country. If you want the highest amount of success out of college, go to those two places.
The next quarterback to pop in Notre Dame is going to be a legend.
You already know.
The next quarterback, whoever pops and gets to that first round as quarterback in Notre Dame is a legend.
Not allegedly. No.
Yeah.
A legend.
He's not grouped together with a bunch of guys. He is that dude. He's that dude. He's the one that starts.
You know what name is? He will be that guy.
Carson Beck threw for 4K. God. Bro, that shocked me.
He got a Lamborghini years for a reason now.
Yes, sir. Yes, he did. He ain't paid for it either.
No.
He didn't pay for it either.
No, he did. He got 3,900 yards paid for it. If he had them Ian Book numbers, he wasn't getting no years. He might get a Chevy. He might get one of them big old trucks.
A Jeep Wrangler.
He might get a Jeep. Nice. He might get a Trackhawk. He might be. He got that Lamborghini years for them 3,900 yards. Let's not get that confused. And a championship and all that. So, yeah, like we.
Wait a minute. They didn't even get to the playoff. If he had got to the playoff, man, he would have been in that Bentley.
He would be,
that Bentley truck.
Maybe the Rolls Royce. You know, you win that shit. Stetson Bennett set a good precedent. So it was just a matter of time for that next guy to come in and reap some of them benefits, because I think Stetson Bennett done disappeared from the NFL, went back to Athens. He said, I need some more love. What did I tell you when he first went to league? I said he shouldn't even go to league.
You did.
He just get a job in Athens and just get a statue and never leave.
Mm-hmm.
What do you want to go to the league for?
Yeah.
You Georgia's greatest quarterback statistically and all that of all time.
Yeah.
Don't put that pressure on yourself to go to the league. Just stay around Athens and live till you're old man. You can do that at Ohio State. And you for sure can do that at Notre Dame. You know, you might be more international. You do it at Notre Dame. That's what the benefit is. You know what I'm saying? So these quarterbacks need to understand that yeah, you on that clock. And Marcus Freeman is like, this is how I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna put all of y'all under this pressure. Because I like all of you. And I might take two of you. but I'm gonna take it out of my hands, because I was pressing the kid last year and it didn't work out. Hell, he's still trying to decide what team he going to. I think because he at Oregon right now, ain't he?
I think so.
Yeah, and they just got Dylan Gabriel and all that. So he, you know, hopefully it's not a wash over there for him. But we're not going down that path at Notre Dame. Marcus Freeman said, look, I know all y'all good. Hell, if I can offer everybody, I'll do it. But with this, somebody's going to have to make a leader decision and understand that this decision is life-changing. Shit.
Yeah, you said that's the best way you can say it. Change your life. Lucky Lefty podcast. That is MALIK ZAIRE on the quarterback offers in the 2026 class. The Notre Dame pot of gold was delivered tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. Central Time. We're right here going over the wide receivers. And oh my, because all we've been hearing about the wide receiver recruiting in 2024, 25. What's going on? Why don't we have more 5 stars? Well, you can stop shedding tears, boy. Because the offers this year, man, that's not a problem. That cat Mike Brown and Denbrock came in like, okay, we got you.
Denbrock was that piece, though.
Man.
Like, you see what you do with Neighbors? See what you did with the other one? Come on, man. See what you did with the quarterback? I'm going to add a quarterback to throw it to you now. Easy sell. Easy sell. Mike Brown just got to do his job, man. He out there doing it, seems like. I think we on our way. And I think a lot of them hey, Carnell, it ain't too late now.
I think Carnell is.
I don't know, Carnell. It ain't that late to make the great escape.
No, I think with Carnell's life situation and what he's supporting, I think he's in the right place.
Okay.
I'll just leave it at that. I think he's in the right place.
I hope them quarterbacks in the right place because
well, that's a whole nother story, bro. Whether or not the quarterbacks are going to be the right, that's an entirely different story, man.
I got messed up losing Tony Alford. Y'all think y'all just gonna get over that? No. That's gonna have some impact.
Yeah, we'll see, man. We'll see. Lucky Lefty podcast. He's mentally in a good place, though. That's really all I'm,
That's right.
What my young king has gone through the last year. Him, his younger siblings, thank God. They're really they're in a good space right now. Lucky Lefty podcast. When we come back, we'll get into March Madness versus CFP Madness that will be ensuing or coming later this year. We'll see, man. Lucky Lefty podcast, man. We'll be right back.
What's up, family? The merch shop is finally here. Lucky Lefty Network merch shop. We got it all. From the shirts to the hoodies to the hats to the nitty gritties. Come here right now. Shop with us. Come get the swag because if anything else, we spin it different. You see the gritty. You see how we get down. It's elite.
With that line, what's your name? What's your sign? Soon as you buy that wine, I just creep up from behind.
Lucky Lefty podcast right here. Shout out to our guy Jay Illa, always keeping us hit with the mixes. I'm pretty happy. Now, let me tell you something. The Pittsburgh Steelers, they get Justin Fields for a 6th round pick. Depending on playing time, it goes up to a 4th rounder in next year's draft. Russell Wilson on the 1-year deal, unless he plays out of his mind and gets the extension. Oh, man. I think Sierra's okay moving around. She was in Seattle now, then she was in Denver, now she's in Pittsburgh. I don't think she has any complaints.
I don't know, man.
I think she's good.
I think Russell's a really good dude for her, man. And, I'll be thinking about Jalen Green and situation, and Russell no different than Jalen Green. Except they kind of closer in age, but the type of woman they both got, there ain't no difference in between them. That's the funny part. Russell just put a great eraser over top of that. You know what I mean? But if we being honest,
I don't know, man. Do most guys out there, LL Nation, would Sierra make your pass list? When we're talking about passes that you get,
she only makes. I think Sierra only surviving because of who Russell is. But Sierra no different than Shorty Watt with Jalen Green, in my opinion. They both have the same dating history, except Russell just happens to be that nice cover that she needs to change that perception. But she still, I don't know, man. I don't know.
Man, that cat Michael Parker said, hell no. Man, she can't make the pass list? I don't know. Can I give you an update on my pass list?
Oh, you got a new one?
No, I just have updated information, something that happened.
Okay.
My wife and I, we sat down to watch the Mia Culpa movie.
Oh, Carrie Wilson?
No. Don't disrespect. Don't disrespect. Hey, Carrie Hilson's not disrespect. I'm just saying, don't disrespect my girl.
Sorry, Kelly Rowland.
Yes. Don't disrespect my girl. I'm not Carrie Hilson. Hey,
Carrie Hilson's nice. Kelly Rowland was showing her A off. I'll tell you that in that movie.
Brother.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something, man. This is the funniest thing in the world, man. She walked out in that first scene, and the missus turned to me. This is, ladies and gentlemen, this is like the first minute of the movie.
She thinking about what you thinking already. You like, let me
First minute of the movie, boy, Kelly Rowland hit the screen, and my wife turned to me and said, "Don't you even start.
Don't even start." Because she know. She
It's an
probably felt
hour
the
and
same
40.
way you felt.
It's
And
an
try to
hour
get
and 40 minutes left. It's an hour and 40 minutes left. Don't you start. Do not start. Don't you start it. And I couldn't do it but laugh. I was like, hey.
You got a long movie. This movie how
boy,
long?
let me tell you something. That one scene at old boy's apartment with the paint, I was like this. Straight ahead.
Yeah, I can't even turn my head to you. Because you know what I'm thinking. It's like, let me go ahead and just act like I'm gonna just skip on through this. I'm gonna just be a good audience. I can't make no noise. I can't say nothing.
Right. No expression.
I'm gonna just
no,
sit. Yeah,
no
I'm
sound
just sit there like I
effects.
ain't even watching. Because any type reaction to that scene,
Oh
get you
man.
in trouble, dog.
Oh man. I was like, oh boy. I'll say this one thing. For everybody that said it was a bad movie, I disagree. The ending ruined it.
Yeah.
The end of the movie ruined it.
That's right.
The end was horrible. They needed to go back to the writing table.
They got lazy after that scene.
Oh, it was absolutely lazy.
They got lazy with that scene. They said, "Oh, we got the best part." It was all hour in the movie.
The ending of the movie was similar to all of his spoof movies, like Medea Boo, Halloween Boo, and all. Dude, it was like that bad.
It was.
But the actual script, the premise, the aha, it was like, oh, and it got you to the point like, oh, but then it just let you down. That's the worst.
That's right.
It just let you down. It was, yeah. So I would give out of 4 stars, I'll give it 2.5. I'll give it 2.5. Mea Culpa by Tyler Perry. I think it's on Netflix. I'll give it 2.5. Hey, let me tell you something, boy. That's an hour and 40 minutes well spent if you're a Kelly Rowland fan. I'll tell you that.
That's right.
I'll tell you that.
That's what Tyler Perry did it for the Kelly Rowland fans out there with the hall passes.
Hey.
For the Kelly Rowland fans with the hall passes, man, Tyler Perry made that movie for you.
Let me tell you something more. The missus told me a minute into the film, don't even start.
You should have known from the trailer. You know, you watched the Netflix trailer. You should have known.
I didn't even. Hey, can I give you something to watch? Watch The Gentleman series on Netflix. I binge watched it this weekend.
Oh, okay. The 4 episodes. Yeah, is it good?
No, it's 9 episodes. 8 episodes. Yes. Oh man, hilarious, bro.
That's right.
It gives you comedy. It gives you bang bang, man, thuggery. It gives you, man, everything you need.
That's right.
It really it really is. My man was he was a great manipulator too. My man wouldn't turn that electricity on to the elevator. I'm like, boy, you are being mean right now, boy.
That's right.
March Madness, love. You know, you watch Kev on Stage, right?
Yep.
Kev on Stage said something on Twitter last week that became very controversial. A lot of athletes came at him. He said that women's basketball have the bigger stars in college right now.
Right now, yeah.
And the better stories.
Yes.
And they were like, you don't watch the game. I'm like, yeah, that's why his comment makes more sense, because
you can't watch the game. Ain't it?
The narrative and stars bring in not the true basketball fan, but just the everyday people, right? This is where you get the ratings. Right? It's not the true basketball fans. You get the ratings from people that are not as locked in as I might be. See, I'll sit up and watch a Stanford
avid basketball fan.
Yes, yeah. Avid. So you'll catch me late night watching Stanford versus Cal in women's basketball.
I'm watching this Oregon-Colorado game right now.
You know, there it is. Now, so you agree that's true?
Yeah, right now women's got it. But I think that was more they pushed it. I mean, you got the Angel Reese the whole year, just she on every and anything. Everybody giving her shout out. So they had that anticipation building up. They done hyped the hell out of Caitlin Clark so much. You would have thought, it was bad when they tried to start putting fake memes of her being on NBA teams. I'm like, oh yeah, y'all took it too far. And then just the in between stars, the Haley Van Lith of the day, and hell, Dion's daughter plays with Colorado. Then you got Juju Smith, I wouldn't say Juju Smith, but Juju out at USC, is bringing all the fanfare, more so than Bronny. So,
and didn't I tell you Bronny was going to be at home around this time? Didn't I tell you that? Didn't I tell you? Go ahead. Hey, finish strong, Bronny. The midterms and the finals.
They don't got the NIT.
Do that.
They don't got the NIT.
You got to be 500. You got to be 500. And your boy Isaiah Collier is going to the league.
Gone. Yeah, he's going
top
to
10.
He's gone. Yeah, top 10. He's gone.
Hey, have fun next year at USC, Bronny.
And then hell, you got Niele doing her damn thing. Not only is she a superstar, but she got Hannah Hidalgo, a superstar that is rivaling Marcus Burton. It's almost like they cancel each other out. And then you still got the women's basketball team who beating UConn and in the top 10 in the country. And so the momentum of women's basketball is just really heavy right now in the media sphere. And men's basketball is just, with the transfers like Caleb Love going to Arizona, he kind of dissipated. And I think the game of college basketball for men is a lot harder. A lot harder to create stars, a lot harder. I mean, you got some of the freshmen like MALIK from Harvard and the Chinese kid from Nebraska, but that's just not pulling, because with one thing with women, especially attractive women, it's just gonna pull you, and they highlighting it in the right way, and they integrating the women's basketball with some of the stars in the WNBA, like Asia Wilson, who's got a lot of personality and impact, and these podcasts. And so, this era is geared for women to be stars. And that's really where the game is.
It takes time to build stars. But see, that's just what the NCAA doesn't have anymore because, these kids are one and done. Like, I
mean, they're hyping up Purdue, the oldest team in college basketball. And it's just not interesting to watch.
When people, I'm like, dude, Zach Edey is going to be super mid on the next level.
Super mid. He can't move.
My man is playing like 5. Who's 7'3" and plays 5 years, bro? Like, come on, man. Like, what are we doing? And then y'all, man, oh my God, he's a player of the year. He's 7'4", dog. He should. He's been in college for 5 years. He should dominate.
Slow. And he's slow. No personality in his game. So when your player of the year can't even I don't even know the last name of the kid. It's just not pulling. It's just not pulling.
Yeah.
It's not pulling. I think if anything, if you're going to make it about entertainment, put the one Chinese kid from Nebraska that's like Steph Curry.
Oh, man,
that brother be entertaining to watch now.
Yeah, until Terrence Shannon defended him on Saturday, then everything got shut down. But I just had to plug Chicago right quick.
That's right. Hell, Kentucky has got some stars. Rob Dillon.
Oh, hey, let me tell you, Jeff Shepard.
Jeff
Shepard's son. Lottery pick.
100%. He probably 10, 13,
baby Tyrese Maxey. What's his name? He's just like Tyrese Maxey. Dillingham. Yeah.
Rob Dillon.
Rob Dillon. Yeah.
It's they got some. It's just not enough. It's hard to.
They don't defend.
They got the women girls fighting. And they have better matchups. Like, how do they always get the LSU South Carolina matchup? How do they always do that? How they always.
Hey man, shout out to Flo J's brother. He thought better of that when you jumped over that sports table.
Man, that brother out there jumped over and got arrested. He ain't even.
He jumped over and looked up like, nah.
Got whisked away and then got a mug shot and all and got charged and everything. So I wonder what that conversation with Flo J and her brother like. Did she bail him out? Because she got money. She can rapper and all type of. But that's a shame. That car ride real quiet.
You know what she said? Hey, dude, if you're gonna jump the table, at least push.
Do something, man.
At least push him, man. But then if he had pushed it, that's an assault charge. So
He damn near got one, didn't he? Or he got a disturbing the peace or something like that. He got something crazy.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, crashing out when crashing out goes wrong, or keeping it real goes wrong.
Is that what he's trying to do? Keep it real?
I guess. I mean, what else you jumping out there for like that?
Yeah. Lucky Lefty podcast. So March Madness was yesterday. Yo, it is. Look, next weekend is like the biggest sports betting weekend. It's the biggest take the day off work or go to lunch early weekend. I hate that the men's team. I predict that Michael Shrewsbury will have Notre Dame in the tournament next year. I'm stepping out on the limb right now.
Fact. You don't have to step
Right
out
now.
on the limb. That's a wide open game.
It's been reported by Mr. Sobel on Twitter that they're already contacting cats in the portal. They got Michael Shrewsbury is not
That's
playing.
what I'm saying. I'm like, hold
He's
on,
not playing.
You got Marcus Burton, the great piece.
And baby Shrewsbury.
Hype him up. Hype him up
Yeah.
and get these attractive transfers, and we're gonna be straight next year. That's a good thing about basketball.
The fact that they won 7 games, in the ACC and gave away at least 4.
At least.
At
We
least.
was in every game.
Yeah.
So I 100% agree that I'm not worried about the men's basketball. It's a matter of time.
Yeah.
Like you said, they may be so good, they may overshadow the women's basketball just because, we haven't been at that peak where we're noticeably the favorite. Like, you got stars all over. We got stars. We got stars on the women's team.
The women's team next year will probably be top 3.
Oh, yes.
In the nation, preseason.
Yes.
Easily top 3.
Because I see us going to Elite 8, Final 4 this year. I don't think we got nothing. We don't got nothing for South Carolina.
Well, they had Kylie. I think Kylie got hurt. Kylie Watson, she's out for the year.
We got nothing for LSU or South Carolina, in my opinion, just from a size standpoint. But hell, South Carolina better hope they make it because they playing with 6 players first game? I think. Yeah, I do. And that's a good question, Lilo. Lilo had a good question. What is the NIL for Marcus Burton and a Hannah Hidalgo right now?
Whoo, the price of the brick is going up this summer, boy.
I don't
Let me tell you something, boy.
Football NIL. What's that basketball NIL look like?
Hannah's the biggest star, though.
Yes.
Hannah's the biggest star.
She got more awards.
And this is no disrespect. Marcus Burton, regionally,
ACC wise,
money. Yeah, you can make some money. Hannah, she's like Nike. Like she's a star.
Then hell, give some
flat out star.
In EL too, making a package.
Yeah,
EL need a big sponsorship. Best coach in the land, in my opinion. I'm biased.
And I know they're Under Armour school, but I'm just talking about like projecting her to the next level. Oh,
she deserves credit like an Angel Reese.
But see, for me, Angel Reese's game is Angel Reese just capitalized on winning.
Yes.
Angel Reese is not a star to me.
Her rebounding is star quality.
That's about it.
Asia Wilson was just like her in college, a big rebounder.
Asia Wilson told you, boy, if she had NIL when she was at South Carolina, boy, she would have been in the back door selling autographs, walking in with a
because she the only one that's a current player with a statue. I don't know how you make that shake. Was she a 2-time champion in South Carolina?
Man. Hey, I'll tell you one thing. Her and Shador, that's the biggest money NIL couple, boy. That got Shador's making the rounds, ain't he, fam?
He acting like he a rapper.
That dude hitting the red carpet, boy, getting Hollywood's best. And like, let me make this transition.
Yeah. He better play well next year. I know that.
Yeah, I hope he takes care of business and gets in the first round while he's doing all of that.
I mean, because man, he's living like Drake. I don't know who lived better, him or Drake. I mean, he get the ice going. He on the fashion show. I'm like, I don't remember a quarterback getting that much love.
Man,
that ain't one. I mean, he won 4 games last year. So
yeah,
I don't know how you win 4. Jaden Daniels ain't getting that much love. So maybe it's a Dion thing, or if a guy that wins 4 games is getting more love than the Heisman winner in that season, I mean, the game NIL is messed up, man. That's all about marketing, I guess.
Shay Grizz said, "Stay away from them Diddy meat zesty parties." Hey, I
He
promise.
probably been there.
Prime ain't letting that dude go to no.
I'm letting him go overseas, do fashion shows with Louis Vuitton.
No, I just can't. I can't see Prime with kicking it with Diddy. And I can't. I can't.
No, Prime can't stay married now.
What's wrong? I ain't got no problem with a dude that admits he don't want to be married. Now, if the young lady
he been married
with him,
3 times, ain't it?
he married. No. He was married to.
He
wasn't married to Junior's. No, he wasn't married to Junior's mom.
Pilar? He was definitely married to Pilar.
Pilar is not Junior. Junior was before the other kids. His oldest son and his oldest daughter don't have the same mother as
right.
Kids.
He got married to the first one. It got in basically, I'm all in this business, but he just got done with the engagement to the news lady.
You mean Babyface? You know, Tracy Edmonds,
ex-wife or something like that.
That dude. Neither one of them were gonna get married. You do that. Can the college football playoff announcement show ever be as big as March Madness Selection Sunday?
No, because you'll know who the best 12 teams are by the end of the season.
Facts.
We're not gonna.
Facts.
They're gonna have Tulane sitting there hyping them up. Like it might be one Tulane in the group.
So you don't think the bubble team effect won't be the same?
Hell no, because it's only going to be a certain amount of teams that even are worthy of a championship now. Until Georgia loses that essence of just being totally dominant in the recruiting sphere, it's too hard to hype up a team like that. Whoever Georgia play in that first game is just like it is what it is. But it'll be good to see matchups that may not mean anything for a championship, but mean something for the excitement of that first round that hypes up to the next round when they play Notre Dame and then we smack them. That's how it should go. Be a good team, a good love story, all that. Play Notre Dame in the second round, we smack them, and then we get to the bottom of the barrel where it's like, okay, these are the best 6 teams, and go from there.
Yeah, bro. They're filling out everything about March Madness, filling out the brackets, watching the first weekend for that upset. Everything about it. I just don't see college football being able to trump it. Even though college football is chasing that high.
You just can't, first of all, 64 teams.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah. 68.
Just the randomness of how it's impossible to guess it right. I think that would always keep. You can guess the NCAA bracket right, the football, and you can guess that one right. That's why Warren Buffett put out $1 billion every year if somebody get every game right or something like that, because it's just too hard. It's just too hard, especially with these players being one-off superstars that can have one hot game. Got a team like Nebraska get it to Elite 8 because they just hot and they caught the right schedule. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And they did the women's bracket nice. They done put Louisville in there with LSU. They got Iowa matching up with them if they get there. And, I didn't even know USC was a 1 seed. But they're not 68 teams, though, for women, right?
I think the women's is 60. Do they have to play in? No, I think the women's has play in, too, if I'm not mistaken.
They got 60-something teams.
Because they have play-ins. 68. Yeah, also 68. That's what I thought.
Yeah, I was on these number ones.
Yeah, because the men's play-in starts on Tuesday and Wednesday. I think the women's play-in started tonight.
They're still playing the unless it's an old game. The chick.
You might be watching the Pac-12 tournament replay because you said you were watching Colorado and Oregon.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because the games is tonight, right?
I think the play-in games for both are either Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
Okay, because I'm trying.
No, because they released both last night.
Right.
Both brackets. So I think it's like Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
I'm trying to get my
Thursday, Friday,
my FanDuel going.
Yeah.
See what my FanDuel, my parlays looking like.
Yeah.
Can't do it in Cali. Do it in Arizona though.
Look, man, all I know is my Illini are going to make it to the Elite Eight and lose to UConn. I'm comfortable with that. I'm comfortable with that.
Are you gonna make it to the Elite Eight? Y'all good
lose
now.
Yeah, they have a matchup with Iowa State that might end up being.
Iowa State, what they just did to Houston.
Yeah. I said they have a. First of all, they played BYU in the second round. BYU is too small and not athletic enough. Dude, Illinois, we can't defend, and we don't have that much size, which is why UConn is going to beat us like a drum. They got 2 big 7-footers. They too big. They're just too big for us, bro. Just too big. But we can score with anybody. We can score with anybody. We might not be able to stop you, but we can score with anybody.
That's
flat out. So
you taking your chances, Elite Eight.
Yeah. Best of 2. I mean, at least one of the top 5 guard combinations in the entire tournament with the Mask and Terrence Shannon Jr. Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah. I take my chance. We start out with Morehead State. Then I think we play BYU. And then next, I think we end up meeting up with Iowa State, if I'm not mistaken.
Iowa State going to be that game to watch.
Yeah.
It's going to be interesting to see that.
You know, listen, we beat Kansas early this year, so I'm not worried, man.
Kansas is the biggest letdown team of the tournament every year.
Well, they have a lot of injuries, though. A lot of injuries. Their top 2 players didn't play in the Big 12 tournament, dude. So,
but that's Bill Self. His whole team supposed to be ready to rock and roll.
I didn't say BYU would be easy. I'm just telling you, BYU doesn't have to. If BYU wants to run and shoot threes, it's going to be a long day. let BYU threes be broken.
If you want.
That's all I'm saying. BYU can play well and still lose. If BYU is off just a little bit, it's going to be a long day. It's going to be a long day, boy, because them long rebounds turn into fast breaks. Terrence Shannon Jr. on the fast break, it's going to be a lot of fouls for BYU in that game. That's all I'm saying. They better be lights out from behind the 3-point line. They better be lights out. I didn't say it'd be easy. Hey, I'm still waiting for our coach to get past the first weekend. So, I mean, I fully expect it to be difficult.
It's not going to be no easy walk into the Elite Eight.
Heck no. One of the last times I kicked it with you at LA, I watched them cats almost lose in the first round of East Tennessee State. So
you probably can't watch these games too closely early on because you're going to have heartbreak in there.
Man. Lucky Lefty podcast. So you don't think it can add up? I do think there's some pageantry that's going to come with the college football playoff selection show and the expansion, but they're chasing that high of March Madness, man. It's just one of one. It really is just one of one. And I don't see it being duplicated. I just don't.
Only way you can chase the high is if you just scramble all the teams and don't have and just
12 like the Soul Train board. You go scramble the teams
in no order. 12 teams in no order, and you draft out of a hat.
Yeah.
Matchups. That's how you do it. Just put all 12 teams in a hat.
Right.
Yeah, we just gonna draw and just whoever play. You know.
So that would be dope.
They play Georgia first game.
Right.
That they draw shit.
Right.
But if you going in with rankings, it's gonna be unfair because you're gonna give the best team. Obviously, it's gonna be Georgia, whatever. First round bye, and then.
Man, if we ever get that first 1 seed to lose to an 8 seed or a 12 seed or a high seed, that
I honestly don't think it's possible for that to happen in football.
It's much more difficult in football.
That's what I'm saying. The only way it can happen possibly is if you just put them all in the hat, scramble it up, and then they just draft. I mean, they just pick. You know, Georgia, then you're based off who gets the first pick. Georgia be the number 1 team. They get the first pick out of the hat. They pick their opponent. They might mess around, pick Ohio State first round. Then it'll be interesting. If it was ever a top team playing a top team in the first round, then it would be interesting.
You know what I think they should do? Still give out the buys and scramble to 8 teams.
Okay. Okay, so that means we always in a scramble.
Hey, it is what it is. Scramble to 8 teams.
Yeah, we'll be pissed.
Because right now, if Notre Dame takes care of business, more than likely they're going to be a 5-6 seed, and they're going to end up playing a Liberty in the first round.
Oh no, we might play a solid team at 5.
No, if they get the 5th seed in the first round, they play the worst team, like the team that makes it in at 12. That's who they play. Nah, bro. I'm not worried. That's that non-power 5 team more than likely. So you're on mute.
Because the first 4 has buys.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's terrible. We gonna play the worst team every time. Yeah, I mean, shoot.
Which I'm not mad at.
No, we're gonna get a nice, revenue game for that first one at home.
Mm-hmm.
That'll be another home game, and then we got to win 3 more after that, and it could be anywhere.
Yep. See, Sid already said that CFB is going to be another NFL. I'm out. You might as well get out. I keep telling y'all it's coming. I keep telling, boy, y'all gonna be paying for these. Y'all gonna be playing for these playoff games, boy. Y'all gonna be paying for them soon down the line. You might as well expect it. Letting you know, you're gonna start paying for the NFL playoffs too.
The NFL is just hard to get randomness in these games.
Yeah,
it's just hard, man. Patrick Mahomes losing to a first round to like the Raiders or something, or it just don't happen like that.
Lucky Lefty podcast, man. Great show, Left. Great breakdown of the quarterbacks 2026 class. Thanks for everybody that stayed up with us tonight, man. That's LL right. After dark. Join us tomorrow morning because we're going to get into the pot of gold offers at the wide receiver position, man. And Left already loves what he sees from the wide receivers. For all of you that have been drying tears for the last 2 years talking about Notre Dame doesn't go after top talent at wide receiver, stay tuned. Lucky Lefty podcast. You know what time it is, Left.
Petticoat. Petticoat Junction.
It's time to get petty.
Oh, we did a good job executing.
Now, you upset with something?
And fire up the Petticoat Junction train.
I just don't like you.
You don't?
No.
What is today's petty history? Petty Junction.
Petty Junction, petty story of the day brought to you by ONORA Whiskey at NoraWhiskey.com. That premium American whiskey at NoraWhiskey.com for all your accommodations and airfare. ZAIRE.com. Love, I put the Chicago Bears on the petty train earlier, man. I see your boys doing a podcast with JJ Redick now, man. That's what we doing.
He's getting his retirement together. He's getting his retirement.
This boy's not playing out like he expected. That cat Bronny is at the crib a little earlier. Coming home for breakfast and lunch. Yeah. Remember when I told you what was coming possibly left?
Why
Remember
JJ? Told you? Why he take JJ? I don't know why he.
You know why? He can manipulate and control JJ.
I guess
JJ's in all of them.
Yeah, JJ already talked about my gracious king. Like he already read.
Yes. See, that's exactly why he chose.
Because he already has uninterrupted with the barbershop thing
already.
You joining JJ for what? I don't understand. So
yeah,
what they say? Go where you celebrate it.
Yeah,
go where you celebrate it, bro.
Yeah,
I'm gonna just be mad watching it because I know he's just gonna be. He gonna be making it tough to watch sometimes.
And put your boy Nelly on the petty train. Nelly, you had the audacity to say your era of hip hop was the most difficult era of hip hop because you had to go up against Jay-Z and Eminem. Now I know Jay-Z put you in his lyrics and said the only one set moving units is me, M, Pimp Juice, and us. But relax, bro. What? What are you talking about? Literally, that was 3 dudes in one era. You can go back to the early 90s, dude. It was like 15, 20 acts.
It was 15, 20 dudes. You could just go off the top.
Like, what? Nelly, stop, man. Stop.
He trying to reclaim, man. Go ahead, take.
And I give you grace. I give you grace because you're one of the biggest stars to ever make it.
Out of St. Louis.
Whose lyrics were absolutely horrible. You spit zero fire, bro. I'm going down, down, baby. You're in the rain for shimmy, shimmy, Cocoa Puff.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't.
Man, if you don't get out here with that nursery rhyme stuff, dude.
The worst bars. That's tough, Sean.
Took a whole lot of crying just to get up them hills. Now we're up in the big leagues. It's up by the road. Really?
Don't do that, Sean.
Long as we live, it's you and me, baby. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
That's mainstream. You gotta go mainstream.
Come on, man.
Mainstream.
Come on, man.
Mainstream.
When your ad libs are better than your lyrics, that's saying something.
Man, you're not mentioning the style and the swag and the intangibles.
And I get a little. It's better than any lyrics, any bars he ever put out. When your ad lib is better than your lyrics, that's all you need to say.
You're going too hard on Nelly now, man.
I get a little and a little bit. Yeah, that's better than any bars he's ever spit. See how you nod your head to the ad libs?
Nah, because you know what comes with it. You know what comes with it.
Nas, find some lyrics from Nelly that you can bob your head to. I'll wait.
That was a different era.
Go ahead and Google. Go ahead and Google. Hey, I'll tell you what, though, he came back around. He spun the block on the Shanti. I'll tip my cap for that.
That's what I'm saying. He finally doing it the right way, man.
I'll tip my cap for that. And look, I'm not hating because hits are hits. Hits are hits. But if we're gonna be honest, Nelly has some subpar lyrics, dog. Who got better lyrics, Glorilla or Nelly?
He wasn't in the era of being that.
Understand that.
Entertainment.
Understand that.
Get a little hot in here. Come on, that's a nursery rhyme.
Understand that. Just answer the question for me. Who has better lyrics, Nelly or Glorilla?
Glorilla got them bars. Yeah. That's my song.
Who has better lyrics, Nelly or Glorilla?
But to be honest to myself, I don't like any girl rappers.
Who has better lyrics, Nelly or Ashanti? I mean, Nelly or Lotto?
Nelly. I don't like any girl rappers. I can't lie to you.
You know you're lying to yourself, dude.
I'm just saying, man.
You know you're lying to yourself. You know Rhapsody has better lyrics than Nelly.
She's a very good lyricist. That's how she made it. Shit.
That's all I'm saying, man. I just like to point out that he was absolutely wrong for what he pointed out. Right? He tried to big himself up, make himself look bigger.
Jay Grizz, Ashanti don't got no BBL, man. What are you talking about? Ashanti ain't got no BBL, man.
I know in that video for Ciroc, that commercial for Ciroc, that didn't look BBL-ish to me.
We can't get on this chat and start talking about the queens like that. Can't be talking about Ashanti like that. We know those stay true.
He said
Ashanti stays true, man. Don't be out here trying to put some bad. Come on, man. You trying to put the bad word on Ashanti now. We can't let that. We got to address that. Not Ashanti. I'll say them other ones. She's still a part of that good era. Still a part of that good era. Hey, shout out to Josh Dobbs going to San Francisco, by the way. Look to take Brock Purdy's spot real soon. It's just a matter of time, man. Shout out to Josh Dobbs getting that call up. Because like I said, he taking Brock Purdy's spot real soon.
Dog. You disrespecting Brock Purdy like that. Tell us that man gonna take his spot.
They disrespecting Josh. They did that.
They had to get rid of Josh to make room for JJ McCarthy, dude. Minnesota's gonna take JJ McCarthy.
I mean, I get it, man. I think JJ McCarthy
Hey
should
man,
go to the
look.
Chargers. He should go to the Chargers.
Can I say my brother? Because you know he's a brother, the GM of the Minnesota Vikings. Don't brother,
fall into
don't
the hype.
do that. Don't do that,
Don't let them
brother.
don't let them
Please,
convince
brother.
you.
I'm not mad at you for letting Kirk Cousins go, but we got a seat waiting for you on the petty train if you do this on draft night.
Don't do it out of peer pressure. Now, Mike Mayock gonna play the hell out of his highlights.
You could have traded for Justin Fields if you want to do that. Don't do that.
It's gonna be real interesting to see how they're gonna force Caleb to Chicago.
Hey man, let me tell you something. If JJ McCarthy becomes the quarterback in Minnesota, I guarantee you Justin Jefferson asks for a trade. I guarantee you. I guarantee you. Justin Jefferson gonna be like, man, get me up out of here.
Wait, they got Justin locked up right now.
No. He's available. They need the extension. I think Justin has. First of all, they already had him out there in trade discussions, according to people around the league.
They shopping him, but they ain't just gonna let him walk now.
Hey, it's gonna be a first and another pick.
Hell, there's only a couple places he can go if he want the same success.
Well,
killed his career going to Chicago.
Can I give you something? Can I give you something? Your Bengals franchise T, right?
T want to leave.
T requested a trade, right?
That's right.
T Higgins and a second round pick for Justin Jefferson. Boy, if you give Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, and Justin Jefferson, hey man, he ain't got no line though. I'm calling Pat like, hey Pat, you might be in trouble, dog. You might be in trouble,
Joe
bro.
Burrow, yes.
You might be in trouble, bro.
Yeah, absolutely.
You might need a little more than Travis Kelce, bro. You need to go get some other people.
Yeah, he gonna have to get somebody because Joe gonna come. Joe gonna be on time too. So, but it's still Pat Mahomes there. I'm taking him on the favorite every time.
Because they could take Jordan, they could take T Higgins in Minnesota because they still have Jordan Addison.
Jordan Addison stay hurt though. It's gonna be interesting. Trey Lance got to find a home. Dak, they're gonna have to do something with Dak.
Trey Lance might have a home. I don't see them giving Dak $50 million. I don't see it. Me personally, I don't see it.
I just fought that whole contract situation.
I would not give that dude $50 million.
You giving him $50 million because the market. Because he's gonna win you 9-10 games.
I don't give a damn. Hey, did the Vikings give Kirk Cousins the market? You ain't got to do nothing.
Does Kirk Cousins deserve the market? Kirk Cousins
deserve the market
more than Kirk. At least Dak got more playoff wins. Kirk has one playoff win in 12 years.
Come on, dog. Dak got 3 in 12, 10 years.
He has 1 in 12 and got paid more. He's gotten paid up to $300 million.
You the same dude defending Kirk Cousins last year when I made the same argument.
That what?
You the same dude talking about Kirk Cousins gonna be the best quarterback in the division.
I didn't know he was gonna keep stealing. That's all I'm saying. I didn't know he was a thief. I was defending him because he made out, legal bank robbing, but now he's just outright stealing. I mean, it ain't make no sense to get that man that much money for one playoff game in a division where it's winnable. Hell,
I said the same thing, Left, and you shouted me down that he wasn't better than Jordan Love wasn't better than Jared Goff last year.
Well, he got injured. He got hurt. He would have been better than Jordan because Jordan didn't come on till later. He would have been better than he would have put the the Lions
before he got hurt. He was playing pretty good. I will say that.
Yeah, like Kirk Cousins is not bad. It's just the fact that, like Cam Newton said, you got 1 playoff win in 12 years. That's very alarming. Hell, they could have signed Cam. Cam got more playoff wins than Kirk. See, now they want to laugh. He does. Cam done went Super Bowl.
I told you, man. I told you about that dude when he was hanging up his divisional playoff trophies in his trophy room. I let you know right then. This dude ain't that.
Give me a career like Teddy Bridgewater, man. Like, let me have my little shot.
I guarantee you ain't nothing divisional about Patrick Mahomes' trophy room.
Oh, no.
Or Joe Burrow's. Nothing. Nothing.
No.
That's That's that Allen. That's that Allen Kirk Cousins.
Man, Pat
Trophy
Mahomes'
room.
trophy room gotta be crazy.
Man.
His trophy room gotta be something different.
Man. Yeah, Michael Parks, that is that Michigan State mindset.
Yeah, what's Michigan State gonna do in this tournament now?
They gonna make an Izzo run. That's just Izzo, bro. It wouldn't shock me. It wouldn't shock me if Michigan State got to the Sweet 16, Elite 8. Wouldn't shock me.
They're not bad this year, though.
Wouldn't shock me at all. Wouldn't shock me at all. Just a great coach, bro. This is his time of year. This is his time of year. The regular season, right now, Coach Izzo's like, oh, I'm about to make it happen. I'm about to make it happen. Let's go.
So you think it's more coaching that has to happen in the tournament?
Because he's done it. He's done it with mid teams, bro. I've watched his teams in the regular season, the Big Ten, be mid. And then all of a sudden,
be mid.
So yes, coaching matters in the tournament. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You got anybody else for the petty train, man? Before we get out of here.
Now you definitely got me on the. I was definitely gonna bring up the LeBron one.
Hey man, you have to.
That brother be killing me with that, man. He just.
And, hey man, to all the Bears fans out there whining about you gonna miss Justin Fields, man, relax.
Y'all didn't give him enough time to even be missing him.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like y'all act like this dude was D Rose or something. Like.
They basically put him in a career backup situation. Best thing to hope for is he has a Geno Smith career. He'll pop out in the next 5 years or so and find his way. But they just gave him a career backup role, like they did with Mac Jones to Jacksonville, because he's definitely not playing over Trevor.
You would be proud of me, Lef. You'll be proud of me. Yesterday, I didn't teach yesterday. We had a guest minister in town, and but I used my gifts to convert some bronze sexuals. And I brought them to the light. And they were teenagers. I had to give them information that they did not have.
Wait a minute.
And I didn't manipulate their minds. I gave them the information and they converted themselves, Left. It was wonderful. The doors of the church was open, Left. And I just said, won't you come? Don't let this moment pass you by.
Why are you?
He's waiting on you. He's waiting on you right now.
Oh, Lord Jesus.
Don't get stuck in the life of being a bronzesexual. Don't do that. Don't do that. There's better for you.
We talking basketball, ain't nothing bronzesexual about it. We talking basketball. We talking
better for you. That's better for you. That's better for you. I let them say everything they wanted to say to explain themselves. And I asked them one question. One simple question. I said, if Michael Jordan was on the 2012 Miami Heat, do they win?
No.
And both teenagers looked me in the face and said, oh, yeah, they do.
No. Because Norris Cole told you. Wait a minute. I got a perfect answer for this.
No, you go right, because you are straight in line. You were just trying to left. I respect you. Don't turn away. Don't become
Chris Bosh was the reason why. And not having Chris Bosh in that position,
what are you talking about? Chris Bosh was on that team. What are you talking about?
When he was hurt.
No, he played against Dallas. What are you talking about? He played in the finals.
Dallas. Oh,
yes, he didn't play against Indiana. Look, in the Eastern Conference Finals. See, there you go. You had the excuse ready. You had the excuse already. Look at you. Stop doing that, man.
I thought you was talking about when he was.
Stop. You're better than that.
That is LeBron's worst showing. LeBron's worst showing is that Dallas game, that Dallas series. This is worse. Is no defending the Dallas thing, and that's gonna be a stain on his career. Blah 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 blah.
That's all. I just pointed out one thing. I didn't tell them anything, and immediately the youngster sat back and looked at me and said, "Yeah, you're right. I don't think he can get over that." And then one of them said, "What if he wins 2 more before he leaves?" I said, it could be a discussion, but I told him this. I said, if he had won that championship and three-peated, I would actually have an honest discussion with you about who's the best. I would actually do that. I said, but the moment that dude lost, I said DeShaun Stevenson was in the starting lineup for that team. DeShaun Stevenson.
Who had an ATM in his own house?
It doesn't matter. DeShaun Stevenson was in the starting lineup for that team. That's who you lost to. Come on, bro. I can't. I can't. That's like people that say Mike Tyson was the greatest. I'm like, dog, he got knocked out by Buster Douglas. Yeah, I can't. I can't ever call him the greatest. I can't. I don't care how good he is.
Hold on. You can't do what?
No, he never can be considered as the greatest heavyweight ever. Not getting knocked out like that by Buster Douglas? No, fam.
That's like everybody gets dunked on sometimes.
No, not like that, though, bro. Not like that. Not like that in your 20s. But, you know, Muhammad was getting knocked out like that in his 40s. This man got cold cocked in his prime, left.
Listen. Tim Duncan was the man during Kobe's prime era. So what do we say to that?
What do you mean?
Tim Duncan was the man during that same time we was giving Kobe all the praise. So sometimes you can share the spotlight.
So you speaking Mike Tyson needs to share the spotlight with Muhammad Ali? Is that what you're saying?
I'm saying in regards to people get dunked on in the NBA. There's great periods during the time of eras like Kobe Bryant, but Tim Duncan also won 5 championships during that time.
I'm not saying Mike wasn't great.
You just said you can't name me one of the greats.
I said no. You can't call him the greatest of all time.
Oh no.
No, he's great. But you know, you can't call him the greatest of all time, bro. Not getting knocked out like that. No, sir. No. You can't have a stain like LeBron has on his record. And you just can't. You can't have that type of stain, bro. You can't have that type of stain. You can't, bro. As much as people try to fight Floyd being called the greatest, what's the stain on Floyd's record? Give me the stain. Muhammad Ali lost to Joe Frazier in 15 rounds on a decision. Like I said, when he was finally getting pummeled, he was in his 40s, left. In his 40s. If Mike was in his 40s getting pummeled at the end of his career, I wouldn't even punish him for that. Bro, you were in your 20s, in your heyday. They had to come take the mouthpiece out of your mouth, bro.
Answer the question.
Go right ahead. Don't switch back to Michael Jordan because that's a dead discussion.
No, it's not. I just want to know, how did Michael Jordan play 82 games in his last season?
What do you mean? How did he play 82 in his last season? What do you mean?
Because he was on some juice now.
God, dude. Hey, Kobe Bryant came back with his knee. He went to Germany to get some juice. LeBron been on juice since high school. What's your point?
Oh, since when?
Since high school. Period.
Now we got it.
Period.
And now we
period.
Now so
period.
So it ain't been God given since high school.
Come on, you go look at Bron in high school and look at him now. Come on now, you know better.
Stop. Since high school, that's a little crazy.
Left. Stop. Look at his body type in high school and look at that.
Body type say the same the whole time. What do you mean?
You're lying, Left. You're lying.
In high school?
You're lying, Left. You're not being honest. You're not being honest.
When did you?
That dude is Falco basketball. And you know it.
And Michael Jordan playing 82 games his last year when he
is the lab child of Mr. Conti himself. You know that.
How did Michael Jordan lose his hair that early?
You want to talk about hairlines? Wait, we talking hair? We talking hair? Ron been saving his hair since his 20s. Wait a minute. Bron had a ball spot in his 20s. He been saving it and getting
And
plugged.
Michael Jordan had a ball spot early in his career.
Okay, so I didn't deny what you said about Mike. You're sitting up here denying Bron. I never denied what you said about Mike. Never denied it. Never ever denied it.
Okay.
You asked me, I did deny it.
You don't deny.
You on the other hand, you want to ignore.
You said since high school though. That's a little crazy. I would say after he left Miami, he probably got on. After he left Miami, he was in prime form in Miami. It was after he left Miami, went back to Cleveland. Okay, because you would have had to get on some.
New Life is telling the truth. Bron was going ball at 19, bro.
Oh my God, no, he wasn't.
Yeah, boy.
He had waves in high school.
He just see in high school he was doing the needle in the butt.
Oh, that's crazy.
He got the designer stuff once he got to the league.
Now tell me this. What would be the need for him to do it in high school when he was the best player without it?
Ask him.
Talk about ask him. Okay.
Oh no. Ask him. Ask him.
Crazy.
Ask him.
If you the best, you ain't taking nothing. If you the best.
Oh no. Well, man, why did Tyler Perry put that ending on a really good movie? I don't know. Ask him.
Yeah.
Ask him.
Sure.
I said
that's a crazy accusation, dog.
No. Why did the Bears trade a second round pick to the Steelers to get Chase Claypool? I don't know. Ask Ryan Poles. Ask Ryan Poles. Barry Bonds was one of the best players in baseball. Why did he do steroids?
Man, Chase. And shout out Anthony Edwards, just ridiculously dunked on the dude so crazy. He done dang. Yeah.
That's the next face of the league.
That's Michael Jordan right there.
That's the next face of the league.
He dunked on this dude so hard that he broke his finger. He done hit the dude in the.
Wait a minute. Anthony Edwards broke his finger?
Broke his finger dunking on the dude so hard. Ooh wee. Yeah, Anthony Edwards is Michael Jordan in the flesh.
You know what?
Dunk of the year too.
That you're saying that out of respect, so I'm going to accept that. You're saying it out of respect for the youngster. So I'm actually going to respect that. This dunk must be the nastiest dunk in the world.
Listen, it was so nasty. It's like we couldn't even focus on the fact that he hurt his finger. He dunked on dude so crazy. It just, and then I don't know if he hit the dude that he dunked on or what. It was just so outrageous, man. That brother is. I might get an Anthony Edwards jersey, man.
You said you might get a. Ooh, was it Utah?
Yo, you see that? Oh,
wait a minute. Yo, it was
he dunked on him. Like, they need to drug test him after the.
Wait a minute.
That it don't look real, Sean. Like,
wait a minute.
It doesn't look real, bro. That dunk was so crazy.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is no hyperbole. I'm not being hyperbolic at all, dude.
Easily the craziest dunk I've seen. I mean, that was like Dwight Howard throwing it in the basket. That was a dunk contest. He did this thing in real game on a dude on the fast break. That brother gonna be ESPN for the next 2-3 days.
Left. I'm sitting up here watching this thing back and forth, bro.
It's insane.
Are you kidding me?
like that's, man. He need to be in a bigger market. He need to go to the Lakers.
Oh man, he need to come to Chicago. Wait a minute, hold on. Straight down 94. Straight down 94.
What market is that?
The third biggest market in the country. What are you talking about? What are you talking? He need to be in a bigger market. And you say, what kind of market is that? Are you kidding me?
You telling me that Chicago?
Boy, we would treat him right. Do you understand? Are you kidding me? Boy.
I mean, he is Michael Jordan in the flesh now. He cannot stay in Minnesota, though.
No.
He no longer can stay in Minnesota. He gotta go big fish.
Man, let me tell you.
If the league gonna put him in the right place, he gotta go big fish.
That cat would have he would have carte blanche in the city of Chicago. When he can move about whatever neighborhood.
That's right. Oh, yeah.
We would make sure.
Way more than Justin Fields.
Oh, yeah. Justin Fields didn't have a pass like that in Chicago. He didn't throw well enough. That's why Cass was at the gas station like, hey, man.
Just do a little bit.
You know, if you improve, you know, we'll let you move around a little more if you improve in the passing game. You throw the ball a little bit better. You know, we'll let you move around. Until then, you stay right here on the outskirts of downtown. That's about as far as you can go.
Yeah.
Don't go any further south for your gas, because if you do, it might be a problem.
You might get treated like the regulars.
yeah, it might be a problem. Ladies and gentlemen, for those of you that are still with us, Left, yo, man, you were not lying. Gee,
yeah,
son.
that is.
Woo!
Another turnover for Utah. Edwards gets it.
Oh my God! And broke his finger.
Immediately looked down at his hand. After the dunk,
he broke his finger.
Broke his finger, man. Look, and the dude on the ground hurt. That's what make it better.
Whoa! That's John Collins. Wait a minute.
Yes.
Wait.
Yes.
So he got a big dude. Oh, that makes it worse.
John Collins.
Turnover for Utah.
Collins,
Edwards gets it. Threw it down. And one.
Yeah.
Immediately looked down at his hand.
Look at that.
Woo!
Get him out of Minnesota ASAP. Adam Silver, if you want to save the league, get him out of Minnesota ASAP.
Right down 94. Right down 94. Right down 94. He just trying to get his boy, Bald Man. He's trying to get Bald Man some more championships.
Oh, man.
Bring him right down I-94.
Yeah. So you think Chicago the market for him? I'm telling you, he got to go out west. LA.
Let me tell you, do you understand how that dude will own Chicago?
Oh, for sure.
Own it. He would own Chicago.
Find a way to put him and Wemby together.
Forget Wemby. Keep that dude in San Antonio. Keep him in San Antonio.
If you could imagine him be with any other point guard in the league. If Wemby was with Ja, with Jalen Brunson, with Damian Lillard, with name a player, anybody but San Antonio, give Wemby a point guard, watch Wemby be the face of the league.
Hey, I got one for you. If you had to choose one player to start a team, would it be Ant or Shea?
Ant just too.
Yeah.
Ant just too.
Yeah.
And
I love Shea.
Shay's just a very good
cold.
basketball player.
Stay cold.
Shay's a very good basketball player, but Ant is that guy though.
Yeah.
And that's not discrediting Shea
at all.
But Ant is just
he's different.
It factor.
Mm-hmm.
Shay's just the perfect basketball player. Okay, he can score. Boom, he gonna give you 30 a night. Perfect. But who I want to flip the TV show on and watch?
Yeah.
Ant's on TV. I'm running in the house.
Mm-hmm.
Because he might do something like that. Something.
Yeah. Facts.
Crazy.
He didn't have to do that dude like that. John Collins. Hey, my brother. I indeed baptize you.
You a piece of history right there.
I indeed baptize you in the name of the Father, the name of the Son, and the name of the good gracious.
Good gracious.
Another turnover for Utah. Edwards gets it.
Like he had to make it so crazy. He had to go through John
Immediately
Collins
looked down
first.
at his hand.
He had to go reach the back. He had
After
to go
the
through
dunk.
the guy, not around him.
He threw the ball in, Left. He threw the ball in.
With his left hand. He didn't even talk about his left hand.
That was right hand. That was right hand.
I gotta watch it one more time. I could have swore that was.
Hey, that was right hand, Left. He got him. He just leaned. The way he leaned just made it look crazy. It was definitely right hand.
Another turnover for Utah. Edwards gets it back. And one.
He outside.
Immediately looked down at his hand. After the dunk,
I need to go cop his shoes. Maybe his shoes is what's giving him that power. His shoes is fly too. Them shoes is fly. I gotta give me some ant shoes.
Dude, if he gets some fly shoes, they can already be called the Ant-Man. He already has the
That's what
name.
I'm saying. He got the name and all. He got the name and all.
Yeah. Hey, tomorrow, 10 o'clock, wide receivers right here. Lucky Lefty Podcast, Pot of Gold. Man, nobody else talking Notre Dame is going to spin it different like us, man. Have a great evening. And make sure you continue to spin it different. Yeah. See y'all tomorrow at 10.